Headers and footers make it easier to have the same text appear at the top and bottom of multiple pages in a document. In this lesson, we'll add a header. We'll add text and format that text in the header and the footer. And we'll customize where the header and footer appear in the document. We want to add the report's title to the top of each page in our report. When we're finished, it will look more professional and it will actually be easier to distinguish what's on the document. A header is text or graphics that appears at the top of every page of a document. Very similar to a footer, but a footer displays at the bottom of every page of the document. Once we formatted the text in the header, it will match the rest of the report. So what we need to do is make sure that the header doesn't appear in the first page of the document. This is so we don't repeat much of the text that's already in the title. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is click on the Insert tab, and then over in the Header and Footer group, I'm going to click on Header, and what you'll see is a gallery of headers that are actually going to be displayed. The gallery of header designs opens, and I'm going to scroll down to view some of them. You'll notice as you go down, each different type is viewed, and a header can include, just like a footer, can include graphics and color and formats and whatnot. What we're actually going to do is scroll to the very top, and I'm just going to choose a blank header. The very top one is just blank, no columns. When I click on that, what you'll notice, your document text is dimmed, so it can't be edited right now, and the header actually opens up. Also, what you'll notice is at the top, the header and footer tools are displayed. So we are now going to replace this text holder with the information, the text that we want it to say. We want it to say healthy traveler, colon, travel and health information from Quest Specialty Travel. What you'll notice, I made some spelling mistakes. So what I'm going to do is go back and use the spelling and grammar check by just right-clicking on the words that have the red underline and choosing the appropriate word. The text will now appear at the top of every page in the document. So what we want to do is actually format it. First thing we're going to do is select the text. We're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to click the drop down on the font list arrow. I'm going to scroll down and I'm actually going to choose Berlin Sans FD Demi. There we go. We choose that option. Then I'm going to click the font color list. I'm going to choose the olive green accent 3, darker 25%. Then here in the paragraph group, I'm going to click on center, and I'm going to click on the bottom border button. I'm going to deselect my text, and what you'll notice, it now matches the text in the document that we're actually working with. So now I'm actually going to click on the Header and Footer Tools Design tab. In the navigation option here, I'm going to click on Go to the Footer. The insertion point moves down to the footer, which is just like the header, except that it appears at the bottom of our page. We want to change the formatting of the page number field so they match. So I'm going to select the page number, going to go to the Home tab. I'm going to click on the font color button to apply the olive green color, and now I'm going to deselect. You'll notice that the color is now the same as our header. I'm going to now go up to the Header and Footer Tools, and I'm actually going to close the Header and Footer Tools. Now as I scroll down, what you can see is at the top of page 2, I actually have my header that I inserted formatted. I also, you can see at the bottom of page 1, I have my page numbers inserted, and as I scroll down to each page, you can see that, and they're formatted accordingly. What I want to do is I'm going to go to the top of my document, And I really don't want my header to appear on the first page. It's rather redundant because I already have this information on page 1. So to edit the header, I'm going to double click the header area. Notice the header and footer tools automatically display once the header is active. I'm going to click here in the options group, different first page. Notice it removes that header. Once I've actually done that, I can scroll down through my document and see I still have my header here on page 2, still have it on page 3 and on page 4. So I want it to stay that way. And also one of the things I want to do, let's scroll back to the top first. And I can actually notice on the bottom of page 1 that the page number does not display as well, because the first page is different than the rest of the document. I want it to be that way, so I'm going to actually close the header and footer. I'm going to click on Save, and now I've actually inserted a header and footer in my document. You want to learn more about the header or footer word galleries? Turn to page 86 in your textbook.